Hey Facebook, how do you do? Okay, so I just realized it's been quite a few days since I came on Facebook. 2 days for Eid, I didn't drive, so I didn't make a video. And then since Eid, you haven't seen me because Mam Sewa, how you doing? The reason why you haven't seen me is because I have been on my back. Jane, it's good to see you. I have been on my back. Today is exactly a week since Sister Doris, how you doing? We came home for Eid on Wednesday, and I was expecting to turn up for Eid to rest, maybe party. How funny, Paulina. I began to feel unwell on Wednesday evening. That was not dramatic, really. I was thinking, well, you know. And then, Leslie, by Thursday morning, I knew I had the flu. So I was thinking, flu. Because Wednesday, when I was leaving school, I had to go and get strep cells from the nurse. But by the evening, I had become fluid. The mucus had filled my head, it had filled my lungs, it was everywhere. And I kid you not, this mucus I have never seen before. This is not mucus, this is slime. Anyway, by Thursday morning, I was so sick that I could barely move. I had the shakes and all the things that you have with a nasty flu. And I was thinking, oh Lord, there are so many nasty flu strains doing the rounds. I've got to get, I've caught another thing in yet another school break time. I have the decongestant, the machine. So I put in some Obas oil and started, Seisha, I started clearing my lungs. Thank God I have the good sense to do that. Because, well, at the time I was just clearing my lungs. My lungs were filled. And I know that you need a good pair of lungs to get oxygen in, to keep the rest of it ticking. But my God, by Thursday night, I actually worried about my safety. I was not able to make it up to my bed on Thursday night. Friday morning, found me right here in this couch. It wasn't even in the 3-seater. I have been in this 2-seater, cooped in this 2-seater. I started feeling better on Saturday. But then Saturday afternoon, I had a shower. No, I did not have the entire day of Thursday, no shower. I could not even make myself have a shower. That's how bad it was. Friday, I had a shower under duress. It was something that looked like a shower, but was not a shower. I probably had the first decent shower on Saturday. It was when I had a shower on Saturday afternoon that I smelled myself when I applied my body cream. I love the things that we use to cream ourselves here. I love the smells. And so when I have a shower, I like the soaps to have wonderful smells, and I want the lotions to have phenomenal smells. When I had a shower, I did not pay attention in the shower. I just had a shower. It was when I was creaming, and I did this. I'm like, oh, this cream smells a bit funny. Yeah, what's happened to it? No, it doesn't smell nice enough, so I changed it for something else. And then I put the second cream on. It smelled exactly the same. Oh, Melanie, thank you. So I got to my hair. And there's a thing that I used to rub here at the front of my hair, the hairline. and that thing contains sulfur, and I hate the smell of sulfur. And then I smelled the sulfur cream, and it also smelled the same as my body cream. I'm like, hey, why are all the creams smelling the same? So I started processing, and I realized that the creams were all smelling the same because I couldn't bloody smell. I could not smell. I had no smell. Everything smelled the same because I was not perceiving smell. So I tried the deodorant, brought it to my nose. If you know the Fast Sweet, it is actually quite strong. I brought it. One my daughter uses that has a really nice smell that I like. I went to grab it, shoved it in my nose, nothing. I sprayed the deodorant directly into my nose, nothing. And that is when the horrific realization hit me like a ton of bricks. That's when I knew what had happened. And I knew that the conversation that I was having was becoming a whole different conversation. But you see, at that time, I had no proof. I didn't want to scare nobody with no proof. So I just glossed over it, carried on. My Saturday, I even went on TikTok and had a conversation on TikTok. I was coughing like a little piglet, but whatever. Sunday, I went straight to the hospital because I knew I had my suspicions. And school was going to reopen on Monday. And the responsible thing to do if you suspect things like this is not to leave it. Obviously, if I didn't go to test, I may have just tried to soldier. Now thinking about it, I would not have survived one school day anyway. Tried to walk down no corridor with no energy. This is 3 more days on, and this is the state in which I am. Yeah, Hasna, how are you doing? 3 more days, and this is the state in which I am. I was not going to walk down no corridor to try and do nothing in school. Anyway, but the reason why I went to the hospital was because I needed to test. I needed to remove that element of doubt. I needed to make sure a school is a hot pot for spreading infections. And so I could not do it in any good faith, knowing and suspecting and actually knowing how sick this thing had made me. I would not go anywhere near nobody. So anyway, I went to see the doctor. Doctor says, take the test and I'll call you in an hour. Results came a bit earlier than an hour, so I went back to the doctor. He looked at me and he says, it's COVID. And I'm like, oh, drat. I've not had a positive test for COVID ever. When we came back from Dublin a couple of years ago, we came and I was dog sick, similar to the way I was here. But that time I tested and retested, and I still did not have COVID, but I was sick for days. Very similar to this one. So yeah, I have not gone anywhere. I haven't driven anywhere. I needed to be in quarantine, so I'm in COVID quarantine. And I also did not even have the energy, if I was not quarantined, did not have the energy to do jack. Hey, stranger. So, anyway, can you see the little exertion of talking to you? This platform has exhausted me that much. Veronica. And yes, the stupid mucus is not shifting. Anyway, I'm in quarantine. I haven't driven to nowhere. I haven't done nothing. That's the reason why you haven't seen any videos, because actually on the Facebook outreach, I make videos when I'm going places, usually when I'm going to work. No, I've not gone to work this week. I have been on my back. I think my work people are very grateful I went to test. certainly the students will be very grateful to not receive my stupid COVID. So, Bukola, I have been here. I am so bored. And I'm so tired. Yeah. Yeah. And I caught a nasty strain. Yeah. If you've sent me messages and I have not replied, hopefully my AI things have at least sent you some automated response. I am exhausted for breathing, really. Even breathing is exhausting. What is new? What should I even say? There's nothing new to say except I'm here. I'm okay. Jazzy. Hello, sis. Yeah. I think what I'll do is catch a bit of sleep. Hey, Seisha. And then after I've caught a bit of sleep, I'm going to go and try my hand. Thank you, Sister Getty. Thank you, Beatrice. I think I'm going to attempt to sleep. And then later on when I wake up, I'll go and find all these WhatsApp, TikTok people. Yeah, I am beginning to have more regular conversations also on TikTok. So those of you who would like the multi-platform engagement and we don't discuss the same things, no, you know me. I have such a wide diversity of content. We don't repeat content, no. But I'll be on TikTok for the more engaging. Hopefully the girls will join me. Give me some heart me's and the rest of them. Yeah? Ernest. Ranking. How you doing? I'm exhausted just by this interaction, so let's keep it this way. I'm okay. But yeah, this is why you haven't seen me. Okay. Yeah. I'll be back on the streets tomorrow. And I'll be on TikTok tonight. So if you haven't found the TikTok account, look for it. I've shared it to this page a few times. Yeah. Okay.